Hello and welcome to this videocast presentation. In this presentation I'm going to tell you about using the equation editor, which can be accessed in both LibreOffice and OpenOffice. Please note, for better compatibility with Microsoft Office and the ability to save your files in docx format, which is the current Microsoft Office format, LibreOffice is generally preferred over OpenOffice. However, both Office suites are essentially the same and have been developed from exactly the same source code. From this point onwards, I will just refer to OpenOffice, but my comments will also refer to LibreOffice, which I'm using to make this video presentation. When you are typing formulae, you may notice a box appears around them. To remove this, please click on View, which you can access in the menu here, and Text Boundaries, and make sure there's no tick against the text boundaries, and that will remove the box. So there's an inbuilt formula editor in OpenOffice, which can be accessed from the Insert, Object and Formula menu. So if we actually click on Insert, go down to Object and then click on Formula, and that opens up the box which you're actually seeing here. I'm just going to quickly close down this box, and you can close down the box just by pressing the Escape key twice. So if I go back to where I was before at this point here, there's an alternative way of actually opening up the equation editor, and the alternative way to open up the equation editor is to press the Alt key followed by the I, O and F keys, and you can see it has exactly the same effect, and it's opened up a box at the bottom of the page. Some other things have appeared on the left hand side of the screen, but in order to type equations we don't really need to worry about those, because everything we're going to do is going to be inputted into the box which you see below. When using the OpenOffice equation editor, there are some important things to remember. These include the fact that curly brackets should be used to enclose expressions in the numerator and denominator, and to ensure expressions are enclosed within the square root symbol. I will show these features as I'm actually working through this video presentation. The hat symbol, which is found above the number 6 key on your keyboard, is used to insert superscripts. The underscore symbol at the top right of the keyboard is used to insert subscripts. The command over is used to create fractions. That's just typing the word over is used to create fractions. And to enter the multiplication symbol, you should enter the word times and not type an X. So examples using these commands will be shown in the video that follows. I will show how to type some formulae which appear throughout the module in S104. In later books, some of the formulae are more complex, and I will also give some examples of how to type these more complex formulae. In order to get you used to using the equation editor, I would like to actually enter the equation that's shown here, which is from page 71 of S104 book 2. Once again, to open the equation editor, I'm going to press the Alt key followed by the I, O and F keys. That's opened up the equation editor as you see here. I'm now going to put the word gradient in inverted commas. The reason that's in inverted commas is to actually render it as normal text. If it was left without the inverted commas, it would appear in italics like the rest of the formula. Then space, equal sign, another space. Now opening up a curly bracket, and we're now going to write the expression that you see in the numerator. So it's y underscore 2 minus space y underscore 1. Close the curly bracket, then put a space and type the word over. This is letting the equation editor know that we're writing a fraction. And open another curly bracket and x underscore 2 space minus x underscore 1, and then close the curly bracket. And what you can see is it's now been rendered as in the example that I placed above. So we've got exactly the same thing there. To exit the equation editor, you can just press the Escape key twice. I would now like to show you how to actually insert some numbers in terms of a formula. So we're actually going to work out the gradient of a straight line. So once again, to open up the equation editor, press the Alt, I, O and F keys. So we've got the equation editor box has appeared again, where we can actually type the equation. I'm now going to actually put the word gradient in inverted commas again. So we've got gradient is equal to, and now we're going to put in some values. So the values I'm going to actually put in are 160 kilometers minus 0 kilometers on the top line, and 30 seconds minus 2 seconds on the bottom line. So once again, for the values for the numerator, open a curly bracket. So 160 kilometers minus 0 kilometers is typed. Then over, open a curly bracket, 30 seconds minus 2 seconds, close curly bracket, and you'll see that's rendered as a fraction. We can then evaluate the numbers there. So we get, again, open a curly bracket, 160 kilometers, close curly bracket, over, and it'd be 28 seconds, close curly brackets, is equal to 5.7 kilometers per second, so space then seconds. And then for superscript, we need to put the hat symbol as the power of -1. And you can see, as I was typing the things into the box at the bottom, that's been rendered as it would actually appear in your document in the window above. I'm now going to enter the equation which appears on page 32 of book 3, which is shown here. Once again, to open up the equation editor, press the Alt key, then the I, O and F keys. It's opened up the equation editor. To enter the equation as it appears here, we've got the square root symbol, and we need to make sure that everything is enclosed within the square root symbol. So I'm going to type V is equal to, which is SQRT for square root. I'm now going to open up two sets of curly brackets. The first curly bracket is to let the equation editor know that everything follows is going to be enclosed in the square root symbol. And the second curly bracket is because we're going to actually have things in the numerator and denominator of a fraction. So because we've got more than one thing in the numerator, we need to open up a curly bracket for the numerator. So we've got 2e subscript k, so just remember the subscripts from the underscore symbol. Close the curly bracket and then type the command over, and it's over m, and then we close the second curly bracket, and you can see that has actually been rendered as shown above. So once again, to leave the equation editor, just press the escape key twice, and you can see we've got the cursor back for normal text. I'm now going to show you how to insert the formula that's shown here. So notice now we've got the multiplication symbol within the square root, and we've also got a lot more in the numerator than previously. So once again, opening up the equation editor, and to type the equation that's shown above there, I'm going to type V is equal to square root SQRT. Again, open up a couple of curly brackets. Now I'm going to type 2 times, and you'll notice the multiplication symbol has appeared above. If I just scroll down a little bit so you can see this more clearly. So we've got 2 times 0.6 kilograms meter squared seconds to the power of -2. I'm going to close the first curly bracket, then going to type the word over, and then open curly brackets for the values in the denominator, which is 0.3 kilograms. Close the curly bracket, and then close the curly brackets, and everything that appears in the outer curly brackets appears within the square root symbol as shown. So that's the formula actually rendered as shown above. And once again, you can just press the escape key twice to exit the equation editor. Often when typing formulae its formulae very frequently include things like Greek letters. These can be simply inserted using the equation editor by typing a percentage symbol followed by the Greek letter you want. So if you want an uppercase Greek letter, such as the letter delta, which appears here, we have to type the percentage symbol followed by the word delta entirely in uppercase. If you want to insert a delta in lowercase, then you can type the percentage symbol just followed by the word delta in lowercase. So I'm going to show you how to enter this formula as you see it here. I'm going to open up the equation editor. So just Alt-I-O-F opens up the equation editor. We've got our window where we can enter things. So I'm going to type W, the space is equal to the percentage symbol, and then delta entirely in uppercase, and you can see that's rendered as a delta. We then need to put a space, otherwise what will happen is it will not be recognised in the word delta, and it would actually appear as delta E as one word. So then we got E underscore K, and you can see that's been rendered as E with a subscript K. Space is equal to half, so it should be 1 over 2, gets rendered as a half. M, V, and little hat symbol 2 gives us a superscript 2, minus 1 over 2, and you can see it again, half has appeared in the equation editor in the equation above, and then mu superscript 2, so the hat symbol, and that's been rendered exactly as shown in my example text above. And again, to exit the equation editor, press the escape key twice. In the next example, I'm going to show you how to write this formula. I'm now just going to type the word sine, and it's going to be sine theta, so that's the percentage symbol. And this is a lowercase theta, so I'm just going to type the word theta. Then got a subscript n, so underscore n. This is the subscript, and then it's going to be is equal to, and again because we've got more than one thing in our numerator, I'm going to open up a curly bracket. Then we've got the lambda symbol, which is also a Greek letter, so I'll just type the word lambda, close the curly bracket, and then over D, and you can see that's been rendered exactly as I typed above. Later on in the module, you'll have to type some more complex formulae, and you would also have to be able to type chemical equations. So in the example that's shown here, I'm going to show you how to type the isotope of lead, where we've actually got on the left hand side we've got a superscript and a subscript, and also to type things such as the symbol for an electron antineutrino, which is the V bar with a subscript E. And in the LibreOffice and OpenOffice equation editor, to get a negative symbol on its own, you have to make sure that you open a curly bracket and close a curly bracket to let the equation editor know there's nothing that's following, because normally with a negative sign it would expect a number to follow, such as -1 or -2. So the opening and closing of the curly bracket lets the equation editor know that nothing's going to follow. So I'm going to show you how to enter the equation as it appears above. And in order to enter this particular equation, we need to let the equation editor know that we've got superscripts and subscripts to the left hand side of the PB symbol. So the first thing I'm going to do is type PB, which we can see has appeared. I'm then going to type L sub, and this command, as you can see, the question mark sign has appeared to the left of the PB symbol, has let the equation editor know that we've got a subscript to the left of the symbol. Open our curly bracket, and what I'm going to do now is just type in the number. So the number is 82, and then close the curly bracket. And we've also got a superscript, So I can actually type the command lsup for superscript, open a curly bracket, and then type the number, which is 214, and close the curly bracket. We then need a right arrow, and the command for that is simply right arrow as one word. You can see that's been rendered there. And we're going to have to type subscripts and superscripts in a similar way for BI, so for bismuth. So we've got BI is the chemical element, and then L sub, open a curly bracket, 83, close curly bracket, and then L sup, open curly bracket, and number is 214, close curly bracket. We've then got our electron, so E, superscript, normal superscript symbol to the right hand side, then minus, and then to let it know there is nothing following, open and close the curly bracket. And then we've got to put in the symbol for the electron antineutrino, and that's quite straightforward. You just type the word bar to give you the bar over the top, followed by the number V, sorry, not the number V, the letter V, and that's got a subscript E, so underscore E, and you can see that's been rendered in exactly the way shown above. So I hope this short video has been useful in introducing you to the equation editor that appears in both OpenOffice and LibreOffice. Thank you for your attention.